Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to another episode of Nufftingz Speaks with your host, Nufftingz. So, I have a serious story to talk about today. So, if you're here and you're bored already, it's going to get better. I recommend you stay for this whole video because the things I got to talk about, it's going to blow your mind. You're either going to hate it or you're going to love it. So, today is Monday. What's the date today? Today is Monday, December 15th, 2025. Yesterday was the Snorlax, the Gigantamax Snorlax, I guess you call it Max Raid Day or whatever, from 2 to 5. I hosted a meetup, right? And this is going to go Pokemon GO, but it's going to go other things too. So, and we're going to be covering like Niantic and all that because this is like a serious thing. All right, so I'm excited. I wasn't going to do this video, but after talking to lots of people, I decided that, this has to be put up. So yesterday, we have this meetup, right? And if you're in Canada right now, you know it's goddamn cold out here. So the power spots were inside square one, right? There was only 2. So we had to go to one end of square one for one power spot and go to the other end for the other one, right? Now, during this time, like at the beginning, everyone comes to the meetup, right? And, Nufftingz hosting it. People come and see me and we talk and whatever, and we do this thing. There was a little bit of an incident, right? Now, the incident goes like this. It wasn't an incident at the beginning, but one dude, he's a young guy. I don't even think he's 30 years old yet. He tells me that he has a bald spot in the back of his head. So I'm like, damn, bro, sucks. I go, well, eat some kiwi, bro. Get that hair growing. Nah, man, I don't eat that crap. Okay. Well, then get some pussy. That's literally what I said. I'm going to be blunt in this video, just let you know. I'm like, just get some pussy then. He goes, yo, bro, you know how much I get? Well, clearly not enough if your hair is falling out. Honestly, that was just a joke, right? But this dude, there's been a lot of speculation that he plays for the other team, right? I've never said it, right? But I will say he does give off a little bit of that, but that's cool. I ain't judging. Like a lot of people I know, they play for the other team. They like men and they're men and whatever. I have no issue with that. Do you? Whatever makes you happy, do it, right? But a lot of people have come up to me and I've talked amongst each other and said, this guy gives off a little bit of that. I like men, you know what I mean? So, okay, but that's not the point. So that was the end of that. So I was like, okay, we went on, we did our thing, whatever. Now, remember to start at 2. So around 3 o'clock, this one dude who always rolls with that guy came up to me and said, hey, man, we need to have a conversation. Like he literally told me, come out the group and come talk to me. All right. So we go, we're talking. And he goes, look, man, I need to talk to you privately. Right? I feel like there's a lot of issues going on in the community. We need to talk about it. I'm like, well, I'm doing this Snorlax business, but, whatever. He goes, can we talk after 5? And I go, well, you see, that's the thing, man. I came with somebody. We carpool. I got things to do after, so I can't really stay after. You know what I mean? Plus, my kids are with me, and, I got to go, right? So he's like, all right, do you want to talk at 4? I'm like, fine, whatever. So he's like, let's meet up at City Hall and have a conversation. All right, fine. So before I go, people are talking to me about it. Like I'm talking to people about it and I'm like, this is a little bit weird. Like why do we need to talk about something privately? Like what's going on, right? So then it said, okay, maybe it was something I said in my last video, right? The thing was, I wasn't talking about this person in particular in my last video, but I'm talking about them now. So I was like, but you see, here's the thing. I'm going to tell y'all right now. There's times when I post a video and I don't even remember what the fuck I said. I'm going to be honest with you. Like even during that same day, another dude came up to me and this is a good homie of mine. Like I love this dude. He's a good dude. And he was like, yo, you brought me up one time too. And I'm like, word? What'd I say? And he's like telling me about how he had told me that me and my situation with the ambassador is extremely negative and we need to be positive. Right. And mind you, this dude, I'm going to tell you straight up, This dude is in his 50s, looks like he's fucking 19 years old. This man is not aging. He looks good as shit. The man is extremely attractive. Like, if I was a woman, woo! But no, he's cute, man. He's a good-looking dude. Very respectable. I love this guy. But he wasn't wrong. And I said it. And I said, look, he's not wrong about the negative shit. You know, like, negative energy is bad. You know, it's stressful energy. You don't want it. But I'm not going to let the ambassador fuck with me either without telling her what's good, what's really good. You know what I mean? And he was like, you know, what you said wasn't wrong. What he said wasn't wrong. He's like, but you're my homie and you could do that. But I didn't dog him. He didn't dog me. And it was just one of those things where two, you know, men of color. I say men of color because Jamaican blood, he's Grenadian. Who was a Grenadian? And, you know, we were getting along and we were talking like two grown black men. You know what I'm saying? Oh, all right. And, you know, it wasn't like, yo, bro, we're going to beef now. No, nothing like that. We just talked. And I said, look, man, you know, I hope I didn't say anything, you know, that sounded, you know, rude, you know, because I don't mean it like that most of the time. Because sometimes I do these videos like 2 a.m. and I'm just ignorant. You know what I mean? He's like, nah, bro, everything's cool, man. There's nothing wrong with what you said. Cool. Now, going back to this other person now. So this dude wants to talk at like 4, right? So around 3:55, I'm at Sheridan College, right? There's 2 max raids there. So we're doing that. And then he messages me on Campfire and I was like, hey man, I'm at City Hall, you know, or I'm going to City Hall, come talk to me, right? So I go to City Hall, right? He's sitting there because City Hall's got these little like tables, you know, you can eat your lunch there or whatever. So I sit there and we're talking. Now, he's telling me that I'm doing fuck shit, right? Now I'm going to explain to you what was wrong with this conversation, okay? I'm not saying a lot of the shit he said wasn't true, but a lot of the shit was just out of context to me. And I was like, and during the conversation, I actually did blow up and called him a bitch. And I told him that he's full of shit and I'm getting tired of these motherfuckers, right? Because you know me, I'm ignorant. I don't give a fuck. All right, so here we go now. So what happened was this dude says to me, he's like, look, man, I don't like your content. All right. You know, I don't like how you're degrading to women and all this other shit. So I'm like, explain this, pray tell. You know, tell me, what am I doing? So he then brings up certain things I say in my videos, right? Okay, cool. And we all know I'm vulgar as hell, right? So this guy says to me that he didn't like how I was dogging the former ambassador. Okay. I had said that the reason why she became ambassador was because, you know, she had boobies, right? Now, I've not only said that about her, I talked about this in a previous video about the girl on TikTok or Instagram and how she had doo-doo content before, wasn't getting no views, but when she started showing off her cleavage, the views just went right up. So let's be real here. Are we going to sit here and pretend like if a woman in particular, shows off her assets that people aren't going to click it? Like, are we being serious right now? I'm going to get into some stories just to confirm this and let people understand, like, this is what I've seen. Remember, my opinion is my opinion and what I see is what I see, right? Okay. Now, so during this conversation, homeboy is telling me that, you know, what I say is degrading to women, and it can be considered, you know, racial bias and whatever, right? Look, man, I grew up black. My mom is black. My grandma's black. All my family is black. If you see a get together, I'm the only one of a brown skin tone, right? And this is my actual family. I wasn't adopted or anything. This is my actual family. I grew up Jamaican culture, black. Okay? I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I grew up a certain way. I was around hardened homeboys. Like, it's like the whole thing what I said about dude, and I'm like, you need to get you some women, right? If I said it to like an uncle of mine or something, they'd be like, I'm gonna get some tonight, don't worry. You know, this is what I'm used to. Like, I don't understand why we're getting all, annoyed and offended by me saying you need to get some women. Like, whatever, right? But moving on. So this dude starts telling me that because in my video I had said that these guys don't help out the community and they're like, I don't remember what the fuck I said, but what I said from what I remember is like I didn't like how they were doing shit in the community. I don't like the fact that these guys have prior Pokemon knowledge, but act like they know everything. That video was more, I was dogging YouTubers that don't tell you the right information, and people are sitting there playing Pokemon Go with their pants down most of the time, not knowing anything that's going on because they're following YouTubers that don't give the right information. I'm sorry. So anyways, as we go on with this conversation, this homeboy is telling me that he's got an ins with Niantic. Like he's one of them guys. And he's told me this before and I've never cared. The thing is, the last time he told me was the first time he told me, right? And I said to him, I go, yo, if you have an in with Pokemon Go, yo, help me get this ambassador. He goes, oh, the contacts I have, they don't do that part. But now all of a sudden you have an in with multiple contacts in Niantic and they take your word as bond, right? Okay. He then tells me that because of that, he can't promote me to Niantic to get me ambassador because of my content and what the hell I'm saying, right? And I looked at this guy and I'm like, you know what, bro? I honestly don't give a fuck. And that's exactly what I told him, because I don't. Look, man, I even said to the dude, I go, yo, you're telling me that Niantic has an issue with this, but yet there's been numerous conversations and talk about sexual harassment going on with ambassadors to their community and all that. Like ambassadors following the women home and doing stupid shit. Oh, well, they got fired. Bro, it's not a job. How are they getting fired? But like they recruited them anyways. Apparently, like from what I remember, Niantic's supposed to do a soft background check, and y'all didn't know that these guys were weird, right? But you're on my ass about what? Content where I'm speaking the truth? I'm gonna say this and I will die on this hill. I never lie. I tell y'all the truth 100%, right? I don't see what the fuck we're complaining about here. Like, what are you talking about? Like, now you got the ins with Niantic. But then this dude says to me, I do see your vision and I respect what you're doing. I just don't like the other things because that ruins shit. Then he says to me that because of me, there's dissension in the group. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, there's divide in the group because of me. I go, first of all, motherfucker, I have nothing to do with that, because before I even came out here, there was divide in the Pokemon group in Mississauga, in the community, in Square One, City Hall, Celebration Square area. There was always a problem, right? Since I've been here, there's always been a problem. I hear stories about shit before I even came out that there was issues going on. So how are you blaming me for this? Why? Because I'm exposing y'all bullshit and you don't like it? Then he goes, I speak for the OGs. You speak for the OGs. Okay, tell me what the OGs are saying. He goes, the OGs don't like what you're doing. The OGs don't respect you. And, I'm speaking for them and whatever. And I'm like, and you know what, homeboy? I don't give a fuck what the OGs say. Because these are the same guys that have an issue with me but never come up to me and say shit. The fuck's wrong with you, bro? Like, what OGs? Like, what? The same one that went to my baby mama's workplace and tried to get her fired because it's the Pokemon Go lucky friend bullshit? But then I brought that up, and I'm like, how come y'all don't talk about that shit? Y'all don't talk about that, but you're talking to me about me talking the real shit because I'm exposing your bullshit? He's like, well, we do talk about what that guy did, but he's a trust fund baby, so he doesn't count. I'm like, aren't y'all trust fund babies, bro? Like, what the fuck? And bro, listen, I'm getting upset. I apologize. Let me, okay, now, all right. So me and him literally get to this argument, right? And he's sitting, like, we didn't argue. I told him what the fuck I said, but I was being very fucking loud, right? He's looking at me. He's like, oh, let it out. Let it out. Like, bro, what the fuck are you, my therapist? Bro, you're the one who want to talk to me, right? We're talking, and you're not telling me anything worth shit. Right? Now, this shit goes further in, right? He then brings up once again that I degrade women, right? Look here, man. If I degrade women, then why are women always around me? And this is the joke. After it was over, I had talked to a couple, I will say chicks, a couple women that I know, right? And one of them in particular said, why is he speaking for us? He doesn't need to speak for us. We can speak for ourselves, right? Because she's a strong woman. And it's not like she's by herself. Like, she's not one of those single women that hate men. She's married to a very respectable guy, really nice dude, has beautiful children, and me and her are close, right? We're friends. Like, there's no sexual thing with us. We're actually friends, right? And I love her to death. She's an amazing person. She wasn't too happy. And she was there. She saw what was going on. She wasn't too happy about it, right? Then I have another friend of mine. She actually gave me the cards that I had given away for one of the events. She was like, who is this fucking guy? She's like, I wish I was there because I'd have told him to go fuck himself. Because who is this guy? We don't even know this guy. Fuck him, right? And I was like, bruh. She goes, if you were degrading to women, I wouldn't talk to you. And that's what the previous lady said. This is what all the women that I asked said. Because guess what, guys? I hate to break it to y'all. I know more women than men. I literally get along with women more than men. I'm not saying I don't like dudes. Dudes are my homies. I have homies. But there was always that issue I had with guys where when you got a lot of women around you, they're always trying to steal one. Right? And remember, I come from a culture of black men, and black men just love to steal other people's women. You saw the Diddy documentary. He loves going after women that were taken. This happened to me numerous times. I'm not saying that we haven't grown up now, and there's some dudes that I haven't seen for years. We see them now, and it's like, bro, yo, what's up, homie? It's been a while. It's like we never separated. You know what I mean? But I've always been around more women. Remember, my mom is a seamstress. I was around women my whole life, right? So, and I'm talking strong women. See, that's the one thing people don't get. I've been around strong, independent women, and I still am, right? We respect each other. I respect women until they get on my nerves, and then we have a problem. Now, you can't get mad at me for having an opinion on the ambassador, on another chick because she got her boobies out and getting views, even though no one's watching her content for her Pokemon knowledge. They're watching the content because they get to see cleavage, right? Just because I'm not a simp boy doesn't mean that, I'm degrading women. I don't simp women. If a woman gets on my nerves, I'm not going to be like, oh no, baby, you're so cute. I'm going to say, yo, get the fuck out of my face, bro. I don't give a fuck. And that's what some of y'all don't do. Like, you just let women walk all over you. And it's like, no, bro, let that go, man. You need to stand up for yourself, homeboy. Now, mind you, this guy's never had a woman with him. I honestly don't even believe he's even had sex. I'm going to be honest with you. Maybe he has. If you have, yo, homeboy, good for you. But you're giving off that I'm lonely vibe, right? Now, this shit gets even further. This dude says to me, well, I don't like that this is happening at my workplace now. What's happening at your workplace? Apparently, his homeboy at work that he is the boss of went up to homeboy and said, hey, man, I just saw that video that Nufftingz posted. Is this you he's talking about? What video he's referring to, and he had told me not to say this, but I'm going to anyways. I apologize, bro. Content is content, man. You should have left me the fuck alone. The video was where I had said that these guys drove around from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. doing shadow Groudon, driving from place to place to place, right? This guy's employee saw the video, heard the video, and then said, is this you? Now he's blaming me, saying that my content is now showing up in his workplace and it's causing him issues. And in my mind, I'm thinking, actually, I might have said this out loud. Why did you say it was you? If he came up to you and said, yo, is this you? You should have said, nah, bro. But then he's telling me like they all know he plays Pokemon GO. What the fuck does that have to do with me? And that's what I told him. I go, what do you want me to do about that? What the fuck am I supposed to do about my videos being someone seeing it and then accusing you of being the person I'm talking about? What am I supposed to do with that? I didn't call your name. I never described you in any way, and they knew it was you. Like, maybe you should keep that shit to yourself. Maybe you should be like, don't let people know all your business. Like, what the fuck? So in other words, if I walk down the street and I pick somebody's nose, and then I say to people, oh yeah, I picked this person's nose, and they know exactly what I'm talking about, that's my fault, right? Even though I never said who it was. Like, there was no video. That was a bad example, but I thought it was funny. Like, there's no... I never called out this man's name. Like, leave me alone with that. How is that my motherfucking problem? Now, going back to this whole thing he said about Niantic. He says that my Nufftingz Speaks content, Niantic doesn't like it. Number one, Niantic doesn't even know me. I'm a nobody, right? But you're going to sit there and tell me that you're not going to promote me to Niantic because you don't agree with my shit. So I go, then don't fucking promote me then. I don't give a fuck. This dude, even then, still tells me he likes the content. It's entertaining, whatever, but then you're mad at some shit like some other shit, right? Okay. I go, look, man, I'm doing what our ambassador wasn't doing. I host the meetups. I do giveaways, right? I'm trying to get people in the area, like companies in the area, to start sponsoring it. You know, get some free food, you know, whatever, right? I'm trying to build something here, right? But you are speaking for the OGs, you know, the guys that have been there since the beginning. The what would you call them? I don't know what the fuck you'd call them. But you're now telling me that all those guys got an issue with production, right? And I don't even believe you speak for them at all. Because then this guy told me, he goes, he could be ambassador because he's well known in the community and well respected in the community. He could be ambassador, right? But he doesn't want to because he's busy. I'm like, okay. I'm like, so be fucking ambassador then. He goes, but I speak for the OGs, you know, and you don't speak for the OGs. And I'm like, look, man, if you want to speak for the OGs, that's cool. But majority of those OGs can speak for themselves. And if they haven't come up to me and said anything yet, they ain't got nothing to say because there's nothing wrong here. Well, what are we? And he goes, yeah, man, we're in these group chats and, you know, we talk. And I'm like, okay, cool. But no one's come up to me, motherfucker, and said anything. So how was that my fucking problem? Like, you see how vulgar I'm getting? Because this shit's annoying as fuck. It's like, why are you telling me anything? Like, I did not fucking do anything here to make you so mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I talk about the ambassador selling spicy content, it's because she literally had a site that said, I do spicy content. Unless this girl's eating ramen noodles with extra pepper, I don't know what the fuck else she's doing. What else is spicy content? Now, this guy isn't getting mad at me for degrading women, right? Okay, cool. Now, let me ask you something. I've seen a whole bunch of women online, right? And I've gone to arguments with women online over the same thing. Here's what I've seen. There are a whole bunch of OnlyFans models that I see online that used to stream and made no money. What do? They start selling sexy content, right? Because that was their only way out of their little money issue, right? And they're so happy. There's this one chick, she posted up that she used to work in daycares, was in nursing school, was a teacher, all this shit, was never happy, and now she sells, you know, spicy content. She has an OnlyFans. And people are sitting there defending her, as in women are defending her, saying that, oh, now she's happy. So I commented, yeah, she's happy getting plowed by random men, right? That's respectable, right? And they're like, oh, you don't understand. She just bought 3 houses and whatever. But then other people, as in guys, are like, so she threw away a respectable career or respectable careers to sell vagina. And yet people are getting mad at that. Oh, you're a hater. How are we hating on that? Is that not what she did? So if I was a doctor and then I started doing porn and I became the next Johnny Sins, are you going to tell me that I didn't leave a respectable career to do X-rated mattress content? Hello? Like what? We're gonna sit here and pretend? No, okay. Anyways, how many of these OnlyFans models are making millions buying their dad's houses or paying off their dad's mortgages, and the dads feel weird. And those dads will even complain, but they're like, well, I paid for this stuff for you. As a father, I would not want my daughter to do that, right? But if she did it, I would be against it, but I would still love her. Do you know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with that. It's embarrassing, right? If you're a dad and if you are a father and you are not against that, something wrong with your ass. But let's be real here. If you are a dad, you do not want your kids doing stuff like that. Even your own son, you don't want them doing stuff like that. You want them to do respectable things that they can be proud of later down the road. Who's proud of their sexual life after? You be 70 years old, and you look back and you go, damn, man, I used to get dick down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to respect that though, right? Okay, cool. Like, come on, let's be real here. Honestly, there's like, I even had a friend, right? We're not friends now. And this girl was on welfare, right? And used to bang her landlord. And every time she would have sex with him, he wouldn't charge her rent. And he would still give her the receipts so that she'd still get money from welfare. And she took that money and wasted it on bullshit. And it's like, well, damn, I've never once was able to bang my landlord to get some free, rent. Never had that option. So are we going to sit here and pretend like selling sex doesn't pay? Let's be real here. Come on. Like, homeboy here needs to understand, dude, like, yo, one of these days you might lose your job over a chick because she might do a little something to the boss. You know what I mean? You might start getting, since you a boss, you might start getting girls that be like, hey, man, you want to do something just so she can get a little promotion. I'm not saying they all do it, but there are a handful of chicks that will do it. You know what I mean? No shame chicks. And you know what? If you can get it done, respectable. Do you? I don't care. I'm not saying it's respectable, but like, that's you. If that's what you want to do, if you want to get ahead in life that way and you can get it done, all the power to you. What am I going to tell you? Like, who am I? I'm just saying, like, yo, if that's what you do, that's what you do. That's you, bro. Everybody's different. That makes you unique, I guess. Whatever. But, so dude is saying all this, right? So, this is why I talk to people after. And then one of my friends, they had said, I don't think it's a good idea for you to be ambassador. And I'm like, why? And then they're like, well, you're going to get it, hopefully. But I feel once you get it, Niantic's going to tell you to tone down your content. Like, they're literally, and I'm like, I don't know if they'll do that, if they even care enough. But that could be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm ghetto. And I will tell people straight up. And if they're going to try to tone it down, I might tell them to go fuck themselves. You know what I mean? I'll be like, you know what, bro? One is a paying job and one is not. I'm not going to get rid of the paying job for the non-paying job. Niantic doesn't pay us. So whatever, right? Even somebody else said to me, they go, bro, if you tone down your content, I'm not following you anymore. It was like, yo, I don't want to hear watered down Rob. I want to hear real Rob. Like, the Rob that says the real shit and it's funny because it's true. Like, we all think it, but we don't say it. And you know what? I don't know, man. That's why I'm doing this video, because this is my therapy. I'm telling you guys what's really going on. And I'm telling you guys, like, you guys, you women, and anyone watching this, that this is what I deal with. No one's talking about me doing giveaways. No one's talking about the community help I'm getting with giveaways. All we're talking about is how I'm talking the truth. Like, I don't make up stories, man. If your job knows who I am and think it's you I'm talking about, then that's your problem. I didn't call out your name. That's your issue. You know what I mean? This dude even says, like, he even said to me, he's like, yo, man, your content's, good. It's entertaining, but, only a small handful of people like it. I'm like, look, man, if my videos got more reach, a lot more people would like it. It's the only reason why it doesn't have that many views and all that's because YouTube is not sending my stuff out. The algorithm is jerking me around. Apparently, it could be the swearing. It could be all types of things. But more people listen to this, bro. there's people that would agree. I get comments all the time on Campfire, on Discord, on my videos themselves, and people thank me for being real. People thank me for hosting meetups. I've never gotten, you're degrading to women, this and that. I've never heard any of that. You're the only person saying it. Now, if people are thinking it and not saying it, then okay, fine. But I guess you got the balls to come talk to me, right? Okay, cool. I don't even want to fight with y'all. I don't want to be arguing. I don't like, you made me leave my Snorlax day for the last hour to talk to you about stuff, to talk about our feelings and whatever, because you're mad that I have an opinion and it goes against what you believe in. Okay, cool. And then now it's become a problem for you at work, and that's my fault? Yeah. Okay, bud, relax. Anyways, there was more to this shit, but this is 30 minutes, bro. So, yeah, if you stayed here till now, I thank you for, representing. Comment down below what you think, because I actually like listening to people and reading what they say. Like, before I go, let's remember one thing too. I did a video on Pokémon ZA, right? And I said how I liked the game. I got death threats for that. And I'll never forget, like, people, when I tell people this, they go, it's a game. Like, I'm talking about people threatening to kill me. People telling me to unalive myself. People calling me all types of names, not letting me play any reindeer games. And, this is why you have to have some thick skin when you do YouTube, right? Because people love to be keyboard warriors and like to talk shit, but they're not saying that in your face, right? Don't be mad at me for speaking the truth that y'all listen to and some of you get so upset over. It's not my fault that I'm exposing you. And the joke is, I told this dude just before I go, you want to represent for the OGs? Go ahead. I'll represent for the new blood. And I did tell him at the end, I go, look, man, I said, you know what? I'll tone down the content, whatever. That was bullshit. I was just saying that to really go. No, I was actually going to do it, but then I thought about it after. I'm like, nah. And I'm like, why don't you support me on Campfire so that we can get this shit going and have like a good support system and build a community. He goes, that's a fair trade. I guess we're not getting that part now. You're supposed to be the OG leader and you don't want to support production in the city? Then fine. Stay over there with your people. Go to Streetsville, do whatever the fuck you do. Stay with your homeboys, your OGs, and I'll stay with the new blood, the people that actually want to play and don't sit there doing Indians rupees glitch and have 1 million coins and then go fuck themselves after. Like, you guys, I'll be real before I go. You guys, I said this in the video, you OG players don't even help the new people to the point where the new people come and they don't feel comfortable. Nobody talks to them. Nobody fucking helps them do anything. You know who helps them and does stuff? Me. The guy that degrades women, apparently. At least I am trying to help the new blood not feel like they're there for no goddamn reason and they want to do Snorlax, they want a group, they have no friends to do it. Like, how many of us have friends that play Pokemon Go? They come to these meetups and they want to meet people and have help so they can get this done, so they can enjoy the game. And you're mad at me? I'm the one doing it. Where's your ambassador? She gone. And yet, like I said, the echo of her kept going because that was brought up yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like, the echo of this girl never goes away because y'all can't move on. Let it go. You even told homegirl that got banned that it's time to let it go. Why don't you let it go, homeboy? You still on that. Anyways, that's a whole nother video in itself. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you've been supporting me this whole time, I thank you. I wish you all the best. And I'll see you in the next video.